first topic for the day is Dion, you made a poor financial decision. Practical_cobbler says, can I whip out my budget and show him what I earn? Ask him what he thinks is fair since he's so reasonable. And Iceman Kind follows up with, well, I can see why it works on people, but I also think it's really easy to flip back on them being Dion. So when you bought it, you were aware there's a tenant and aware there's a tenant paying only X number of dollars a month. You were aware of the sale price of the property, your mortgage price, and property taxes. So you want me, the tenant, to pay more because you admit you offered too much for the house. You bought a fixed income stream for more than it was worth, and you want me, the renter, to compensate you? Dion, what are your thoughts to that?
I think that actually, these are good comments. This means that these people read the article and understood the binder. Mm-hmm. A lot of the comments that I saw, you could tell they weren't subscribed to Business Insider, which is, it's got a paywall. It's like $1 for a month subscription or $11 after that or something. But most people saw the title and attacked me for that. This sounds like they actually read the binder strategy. And then they point out, I made a poor financial decision. So it's going to take me a second to think because we're reading these in real time. So I'm getting a chance to react to these because I looked at some of these comments the first day that the article came out. And it's kind of funny to me. It's in a Reddit group called antiwork, which I agree with. Literally the statement I say on my YouTube channel all the time is, I believe the average individual can make work optional in 10 years or less, even if you're not starting from the best position. I'm against work too. I think we need to work for at least 5 to 10 years to make work optional, that we don't just need it not to exist. But I knew that there were tenants getting a better deal than area average rents justified. And I don't raise them to area average rents. I include them in the conversation. So since it's worked 100% of the time and the tenants have requested a rent increase that brought it to the return I was looking for, I don't think it was a bad financial decision. And my tenants are happy. If I ever had a tenant complain, I would rethink this strategy, but it hasn't happened yet. There are just a lot of tenants who haven't been watching what's happening to area average rents. They haven't been watching what's been happening with home price sales either. So they're actually being educated with information that you can find with a 5-minute Google search. It would take that long to get the same information that I'm sharing with them. So it's not like I'm presenting false information or being high pressure. I ask them what they think would be fair. I don't say, if you don't agree to raise the rent, I'm going to have to kick you out. I don't even imply that. I ask what they think is fair. And so far, no tenant has said where my rent is fair, or even too small of an increase is fair. With the information, they've agreed with me that the number that they suggest has made sense every time so far.
So just so folks know, obviously I'm a landlord myself. I own my own rental property. So in terms of the bias associated with this video, obviously I'm biased in one direction. But like Dion, at one point we were not well off. We were poor ourselves. We've gone through financial struggles. I rented for 10 years of my adult life. But I did try to pick comments that some of them, yes, are a little funny and attacking, but some of them were good. And I thought that was an interesting question they had is, well, okay, well, what if I come to you and show you my financial position? What are you going to do? And as Dion said, if they're not paying attention to the market, they may not know. For instance, I have a duplex. I rent out one side of it for $21.50 a month. My next door neighbor owns an exact identical duplex. He's had a tenant in there for 6 years. That guy just moved out. He was paying $13.75 a month. Exactly identical properties, exactly identical location, as close comparison you could have. His tenant 6 years ago got in at $13.75. Mine last year got in at $21.50. Not because I'm raising the rents on someone, but that's just what the area average is going to be. And now those folks have moved out. I had a conversation with the other landlord and he's like, I'm going to raise it to the same thing you're doing. So Dion's not sitting here saying, I'm going to go in there and extort these folks. He's saying, I'm going to try to split the difference with them so they feel good about it and have an opportunity to stay where they are. All right about that, Dion?
Yes. And this person actually had a good point when they said, what if I share my financial situation with you, which I've had tenants do. I had a tenant come to me who was on a month-to-month lease, saw that I purchased the place, saw that I was fixing things up. They came to me before the binder strategy and asked if they could raise their rent $155 if I would sign a 1-year lease. So they basically binder strategied me saying, we want a year lease so you can't kick us out, but we'll do a rent increase to do that. I got more of an increase from the other tenants in that property than that, so that they binder strategied me. I also purchased a property that had an older couple. He was in his 70s. She was probably really close. And they were fixed income. I never touched their rents. When I purchased it, he actually asked me, are you buying this owner occupied? Are you going to kick us out and then move in? I said, no, actually, I buy investment property. And I bought this property as an investment. I don't plan on moving in. He said, great. I plan on living here until I die, which he did. Once he moved out, Then I did a rehab, and it's now at area average rents. And it wasn't even much of a rehab, but their financial situation dictated whether I would even do the binder or not.
So what I'm hearing is that if anyone from the Reddit group Antiwork decides to watch this video, be prepared to hit Dion with your Uno reverse card and binder strategy him.